Alright, am I live? Looks like I'm live. Let me see if I can set this up right here. I think it's going to fall if I move my table. Alright, so I'm live. I just want to do a Periscope talking about the horrible riot that happened earlier today in Charlottesville, Virginia. And so people, I posted, I said, will there be another civil war? And I'll get into that before I get into that, and discuss and give you guys my opinion on what possibly uh, defines a civil war. Let's see where to start. I mean, this is just absolutely horrible what on today. Um, Quite frankly, I blame the governor. I blame the mayor. I blame police. There's like a whole bunch of people to blame, but three main people right there allowed that to happen. The governor, the mayor, and the mayor telling the police to stand down. I mean, this was absolutely ridiculous. To be honest with you, I think this was a big stunt, a huge stunt. I mean, they bust these people in, Antifa, the neo-Nazis, the fascists, the racists. They bust these people in. They're on George Soros's payroll. David Duke, he's on George Soros's payroll. So what happened, I think, was that they bust these people in. They wanted to cause a riot. They wanted to cause. They wanted to start something. And you got these globalists and all these people are saying that, well, they're trying to get a new civil war started, which kind of I don't think that will happen. I don't think there will be a another civil war. I don't think there's going to be people actually battling and shooting and killing other people. I personally don't believe that will happen. I think what will happen is more riots will happen. Um, you have all these people. You have all these. You have George Soros. You have all these globalists, John McCain, Lindsey Graham, the Bush, and anybody that you can think of. But George Soros is like the head vampire in all this. He's like the guy that needs to be taken out by getting arrested or whatever, put in prison. This dude, he is bad news, and this dude, I mean, these riots are totally planned. I mean, they bust these people in. You have the mayor tell the police to stand down. I mean, to be honest with you, there's not. I don't think they're. I mean, the Klan is not rising. They're not coming back. Um, I mean, if you see the people that's in the Klan, I mean, it's these old people that think they're back in the freaking '60s. But I don't think there's going to be a third wave of the Klan. I mean, there was the first wave of the Klan back when it first started out in like the 1800s, like right after the Civil War, and that was formed by Democrats, and they got that mythical switch. That mythical switch. It was a big the mythical switch. I call it the mythical switch because you can see the hatred, the racism that's coming through the people on the left. So the first wave of the Klan started like right after the Civil War, and that was the very big first wave of it. Then it died down a little bit, like died down back in maybe the 20s or 30s maybe, and then the second wave came again, and that was in the 60s, in the 50s and 60s, back down south, and the Jim Crow laws and all of the Democrats and all the segregation and all that nonsense that happened. And and then the people was like, oh, there's going to be a big third wave of the Klan, and I don't see that happening. I mean, this country's gone past that, I think. Racism do still exist in a small quantity of racism. There's not this big, huge, global, nationwide problem of racism that's going on. It's a small quantity of racism, and what that small quantity of racism is that the media is taking this small quantity and say it's like a fire. It's a small fire, okay? So the media is taking this small fire And what the media is doing, it's putting gasoline on it, making it bigger, making it big, making it seem bigger than it really is. I mean, it's just it's a little small quantity of people that's probably have racism, hatred, of other people in their blood. I mean, it's not a huge global problem, nationwide problem that the media likes people to believe, and let people believe in that nonsense. One person's watching. I'm not sure who that is. If you have any comments, questions below, feel free to comment your questions and concerns. You're trolling, I guess. If you're in a robot and you want to troll, go right ahead, and I'll respond to it, because you know what, I am real. I'm not a robot at all. So what happened today? What I really believe what happened was this whole thing was planned. What happened today? I mean, it took major planning on the governor's part, on the mayor's part, and telling the police to stand down. The mayor telling the police to stand down. I'm sure the governor has some kind of involvement with the police and telling them to stand down as well. And then it's got the financial backing of George Soros, and they bust these people in, and then you have these people that's dressed up as Klansmen. They're getting paid to be dressed up as the KKK, and causing riots and shit. I mean, this is the most horrible thing that I have seen recently, in recent time, because up until this point, there hasn't been really a major riot going on. I mean, yeah, you got the riots back in the inauguration day, and then you got the fake women's march, which was just absolutely disgusting. And then you had a few small protests, but it didn't really start all rioting out. It was just, it was just these, idiots, trying to be all big and bad. And then today you got, what people was comparing to the Civil War II, I guess, Civil War II, CW2. Yeah, I don't see this as another Civil War. I really don't. I see this more of a ploy or a plot to enforce or enact martial law. I mean, because here's the thing: the globalists, the evil people in this world, they're losing. They're losing big time, and they are going to do everything they possibly can to disrupt this great country. I mean, disrupt the Trump presidency, disrupt people with Trump values and conservative values, I guess you can say as well. But they want to do everything they can to disrupt it. And the way that they have to, say to disrupt everything is call people racist, sexist, misogynist, xenophobic, homophobic, transphobic, all these, buzzwords that the media loves to issue out. And basically every other sentence is like, you have, I'm a paid CNN guy. Oh, there's some sexism going on today. There's some misogynism going on today. There's some racism going on today. I mean, every other sentence they have these buzzwords in there, and it's just absolutely full of nonsense. I mean, here's the thing: they are going so far now that people actually got killed today. As you've probably seen the video, I mean, it was shared around YouTube and Facebook and Twitter multiple times, with a car driving through these protesters and rioters. I mean, these rioters. The car is just driving through it. And then they said it was an act of terrorism, which really surprised me, because when a terrorist, an actual terrorist, drives the car through Nice, and it's like, oh, we can't call it terrorism yet. We don't know for sure if it's terrorism. And then you got tonight, or afternoon rather, you got a car driving through. Oh, and this is white terrorism. This is domestic terrorism. This is terrorism against minorities and all this other crap that they spew out from the mainstream media. So, yeah, this is just, I don't know what to continue on from here, because this is something that could have been prevented. All right, but it wasn't. It was planned. It was pre-planned. To be honest with you, this thing was pre-planned out, and it's just going to get worse. I mean, there's going to be more planned riot acts coming out throughout the end of summer, going into fall. There's going to be more of this. The deep state, the globalists, whatever you want to call them, the mainstream media, they want a civil war. They want people to turn on each other. The reason why they want people to turn on each other, all right, and the main reason why is so that we can turn on each other, so they can implement martial law, so that they can, well, as soon as martial law is implemented, they can control us, and they can do whatever the hell they want with us. Because once martial law is implemented, every single right that we have will be taken away. Guaranteed. Freedom of speech, they're already, stabbing holes in that amendment. Alright, I mean, Facebook is censoring, YouTube is censoring, Twitter is censoring. I mean, everywhere you look, you have Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, the three big social media companies out there today. And then you have their umbrella companies, which is like Instagram and all that. All that they're censoring us. They're censoring Infowars. They're censoring Drudge. They're censoring any other alternative media platform, Mike Cernovich, Jack Posobiec, Paul Joseph Watson. Man, he's quit YouTube because of this, the censorship, which I don't agree with. I think he should stick into it for the long run and keep fighting. I mean, that's the only way we can win this, is to keep fighting and keep producing content until they basically turn off the internet completely. And I won't be surprising if they do that. Is like, shut the internet down completely, because they're losing because of the internet. Hey, Shadow Reading, welcome. I'm just talking about what happened today in Charlotte, Virginia, and will Civil War II break out? But yeah, I don't think Paul Joseph Watson should have quit YouTube. He should have stayed in it to keep fighting, because we need to keep fighting. We have to keep fighting back, and it's an info war fight, information warfare, and not like, punching and beating and taking bike locks and hitting women with it and chaining people up and spraying with pet mace and other crap and drowning them in their own urine and feces and whatnot have you. But yeah, we have to keep fighting. We have to keep fighting back the censorship, and that's the only way we can win this. We are winning right now, and this is why you are seeing this happening. I mean, they're losing, we're winning. Winning. I mean, that's what Trump said. We're going to win, and we're going to keep on winning. We're going to keep on winning. We're going to keep on fighting, and it's happening. It's got to the point so much that they're desperate, and they're trying their damnedest to fight the good fight. All right, they're trying to fight and censor us and take us off YouTube and take us off Facebook and take us off Twitter, and I'm sure Periscope is probably going to be doing the same thing. So, you probably will see this, you probably won't see this. Share, like, subscribe to any social media platform that I am aware that I'm a part of. I'm gonna have to fill out the bio and put all my social media information in there, and so that I can constantly fight back. But I'm also let's see, what else. Yeah, I mean, it's gotten to the point that I don't think it's ever going to stop. I really, really hope that it will stop, but I don't see it stopping in the near future. We have to win this fight before it'll stop. I mean, we have to get the George Soros and his associates. We have to get John McCain, the Clintons, the Bushes, any other globalist neocon out there. We need to get them off, and we need to put them in prison. We need to put them in jail and for life. These people need to be in there for life because of all the crimes that they committed, all the alleged murders and suicides and all that other nonsense that's been committed around these heinous acts of crime. Yeah, like today with the car ramming through. I mean, we don't know who this person was. At least I don't think so. I haven't seen the information about the person that's driving it. I think I saw where it says they caught him, but I don't know if they released any information about him yet. So I'll definitely keep a watch on that and see if they post of who this guy was. And yeah, as bad as I hate to, I think that car driving through the crowd like that was absolutely planned. It was a planned attack, and people died. I think like 2-3 people died because of that, and there was a police helicopter crash, and a couple of people died because of that, and it's just so horrendous and horrific. And I mean, and yeah, it's just it's a wild time to live in. It's just so wild. It's nothing I have ever seen before. I mean, I turn 24 next Saturday, and all my life I've never witnessed anything like that. From as far as I can remember, I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen the media so out to get President Trump that they're basically talking about his assassination. And Paul Joseph Watson actually said that the only thing that's keeping him from being assassinated is that we're talking about it. And you've got these platforms like YouTube and Periscope and Facebook Live and Instagram Live and Snapchat and all these media outlets, all these social media outlets, and hold on 1 minute. I'm receiving a message through Facebook. I'm on my phone right here. The only reason why they haven't tried anything yet is because they're cornered, because we have the upper hand. We have made our voices heard loud and clear, and we control the narrative now, not the mainstream media. The mainstream media is dying. It is dying a unfortunate slow death. It's dying. I mean, I wish the mainstream media would die a lot quicker. Yeah, I mean, it's got to the point where people is absolutely openly calling for the assassination of our president, and which President Trump is going to go down as one of the greatest presidents in modern history, guaranteed. And if anything happens to him, whether it be impeachment or for worse, this country will never ever be the same again. I mean, let me see if I can explain this in a good analogy. So let's say if you've taken a snowball and you roll it up a hill, and you have the globalists, all these globalists is behind the snowball, and they're slowly pushing it up the hill, and it's getting bigger, getting bigger, getting bigger. All right, they've reached the top. They're at the top now. They're at the top now, and they were at the top, and they're at the top, and you see the snowball slowly drooping down, going down the opposite side of the hill, and then it's picking up speed. It's picking up speed, but then someone was standing in between the snowball and us, and that someone was now President Trump, and he stopped that snowball. It's still rolling. Don't get me wrong, this snowball is still rolling, but it's slowed down significantly. I mean, he's out in front of it, and we're behind him 100%. Yes, he may do some stupid decisions. Yes, we have to hold his feet to the fire, because he promised some things, and if he goes back on, we're going to be like, hey, you know what? You promised this. We're going to have to keep you on track. We're going to have to keep your feet to the fire. We're going to have to keep your feet to the fire. But yeah, we're still behind him 100%. even though he might do some things that we don't agree with, and we have to, voice our opinion, and we have to voice it through Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and Periscope and Snapchat and all these other social media sites, because that's the only way we can get a hold of them. And they're trying their damnedest to censor us and not get a hold of President Trump. I mean, you've got the social justice Silicon Valley warriors who's like, so smug and arrogant. Oh yes, we got AI. We're gonna take all the negative things about Trump and post them very top. As soon as he tweets, it's gonna be all negative, all negative. We're going to submerge all these positive tweets down to the very bottom. But we're going to take all the negative ones, even though half of the negative ones are, robots and fake accounts and George Soros bots and false accounts created by Twitter and Facebook. Sorry, I'm getting distracted, and shouldn't get distracted because of this. Yeah, I mean, they're like, they're George Soros bots and all these other bots, and they got the algorithms programmed to only display the negative comments and submerge the positive comments so far below that nobody can see them. And I mean, let's say if you go to a tweet, and it only deals with the tweets that's been broadcast on the mainstream media. So if say Trump tweets, North Korea, they're going to have fire and fury and brimstone and hell rain upon them if they do anything for Guam, and all right, so he tweets that gets exposed on the mainstream media. You go immediately to his Twitter account and look on that tweet and click on it. You see all negative. Oh, you shouldn't go to war with North Korea. Blah 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 blah. All right, and let's just say something positive. Say if it's like he's like sending out his condolences or something like that, or if it's a job report or something like that. You go to that tweet and you click on it, and then you see pro-Trump tweets, and it's like, okay, why is there pro-Trump tweets on there? But if it's something on the mainstream media, it's all negative. I mean, they're the algorithms they're the program that's programmed to do that. All right. And then you've got YouTube, that's like on a freaking communist Chinese censorship band. And if you say something wrong, or if you say something wrong, or if you go against their policy, and the policy's like something insane. I mean, I just got off a Google Hangout where a guy said that if you smoke a cigarette on Google Hangout live, so that everybody can watch it, smoke a cigarette or drink a beverage or a beer, it'll get demonetized. I mean, this is like Chinese style censorship, and I think it's something that we should be aware of now, because the Chinese they sort of control us. I mean, they control our economy and all that nonsense, and they control Twitter and Facebook, and then you got Saudi Arabia too, and they censoring it as well. And then it's just going to get it's just going to get Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. Where do they go from if they censor everybody? They're not going to do fairly well. It's going to end up like another MySpace. Something new is going to come along. A new Facebook, a new Twitter. A new Twitter would be Gab.ai, which is just like Twitter, but unlike Twitter, they're censorship free. They let you express your opinion unless it's like cause to violence or something like that, which I completely understand, because there's a lot of mentally challenged, insane people out there. And Gab AI, that I think that's going to take off. in the next couple of months or maybe a year or so. I think that's going to take off because as soon as people realize what they're doing to Twitter and they're censoring and you know basically messing with the algorithms and you're not seeing the people's tweets that you actually follow, they're going to lose their viewers tremendously. And then they're going to pick up on Gab.ai or the next big thing where they're censorship free, and hopefully be censorship free and it's not taken over by the social justice warriors who loves to censor everything. But yeah, I think that's going to happen. I think something new is going to come along, and I hope to God, I'm praying to God that there's going to be an alternative to Facebook, and I hope that it'll be pretty soon. It's probably going to take a while for it to be developed and everything, but I think there should be an alternative to Facebook as soon as possible, and we need to promote the hell out of Gab. And I think if we can get President Trump on Gab, I think you're going to see viewership for Gab skyrocket completely. Okay. And I here's the thing, and the media is going to do this. They're going to say, Gab is full of alt-right Nazis and racists and sexists. Excuse me. Sexist and misogynist. And if he goes on Gab, that'd be the end of Twitter. But there's going to be major backlash to the mainstream media because he went on Gab, and they're going to call him, racist and Nazis. Yeah, he's a Nazist. Yeah, he's racist against Nazis. Yeah, and so I think that's what's going to happen. If Trump gets on Twitter, on Gab, he's gonna experience some backlash, but it'll be worth it. It'll be worth the backlash, because if he gets on Gab, then Twitter's absolutely completely done for, because everybody be on Gab. And then Facebook, like I said, there needs to be an alternative to Facebook. There definitely needs to be an alternative to. There definitely needs to be an alternative to YouTube, because of this whole communist Chinese style censorship that YouTube and Google is doing. Sorry about this. I'm on my phone, I'm texting. At least I'm not messaging and driving. At least I'm not texting and driving. I'm on here and talking to the people, even though there was 2-3 people, and then now there's 0, but I don't care. I'm doing this to try and get the word out. Try and, open these people. I'm trying to help the people that's not fully brainwashed yet. Because that's our only key right here. We need to get to the people that's not fully asleep. That's not basically fully brainwashed by the mainstream media. And that's like on the fence of this. We need to get to the people that's like, the lefties, not the extreme ISIS supporting lefties, and the Alright. Yeah, so I'm not talking about these lefties. That's like extremist, the extremist ISIS supporting lefties. I guess no, the extremists, the real fascists. I'm talking about the ones that's on the edge. It's like the people that's on the left, but not off the cliff yet. I mean, I'm talking about the people that's looking over to the shoulder and say, "Is this really what these people has become? Is this really what these people become? Is this really what I want to do? Is this really what these people has actually become? I don't want to become like that. All right, I'm going to distance myself away from that. All right, and that's the people that we need to start waking up, because there's a lot of those people out there. There's people out there that's not fully asleep. That's not fully asleep, and we need to say, hey, you know what? You may not like what we have to say all the time, but we're not, out there hitting people, macing people, stabbing people, and threatening people, and basically all this other nonsense. Hey, Amy, I see ya. I see ya, Amy. Woo, Amy rules. Even with her Walking Dead photo. What is this? It's a Periscope. It's like Facebook Live. And I'm doing a Facebook Live, and I was just discussing the whole horrific incident that happened down to going solo. Yeah, I'm just discussing the horrific riots that happened today in Charlotte. The horrific riots that happened in Charlotte. So, if you got any questions, you want me to, yeah, without me, Amy, come on now, you know I love you. You're awesome. You're an awesome chick. I dig you. I mean, if there's a way to do like a Periscope with both of us talking, that'd be great. But I don't know. I think it's just us. It's just us, Amy. But Amy, before you was on, I was like, I was discussing the horrific incident of. Now I don't know if there's a time delay, so I don't know if there's like an 8-second delay between me and you and your comments. So I'm not sure if there's a major delay. Now I was just discussing the whole riots that happened today in Charlottesville. And I mean, it was something that could have been prevented, but I deep down believe and Amy will definitely get in this discuss this more next Friday on Not Mainstream. But I really believe that this whole thing was planned out. It was like these people were bussed in. I mean, you had the mayor. They had videos of saying the police saying that the mayor told them to stand down and not do anything if people get hurt. And then, you have this, incident with the car driving over people, which is just absolutely horrendous. And, I mean, a few people got killed because of that. Okay, let's see how long it takes you to read this. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I just read your comment. So I think there is a delay. But yeah, you got these people with, got run over with a car. And I know they caught the guy, but I don't know if they released any information about the guy. If you have any information about the guy, please comment and share below. Yeah, and then like I think 2-3 people got killed because of that, and a whole bunch of people were injured. I mean, this could have been prevented. 20 seconds later. All right, so there is a major delay. A 20-second delay. Wow. Now I don't know if that's because of Periscope. They do that because if people is like trying to if they try to kill themselves or something like that, and there's a delay and they can instantly cut it off. One person got killed. I heard there was like 2. But yeah, I mean, this whole scenario could have been prevented, but it wasn't. I mean, you had the governor. I wholeheartedly believe the governor was in on this. The mayor, I mean, telling the cops to stand down. I mean, I think there's like videos of that posted on Twitter. I'm gonna have to find and see if I can share them. From what I've heard, and then there's like the helicopter crash that killed a couple of police officers as well. Now I'm not sure what caused the helicopter crash. I'm not really sure. I just heard there's a helicopter crash, but I'm not really sure what caused it. Well, the chopper did. Yeah, the chopper went down with 2 cops. But I'm not sure what really caused it. Okay, suspect identified in Charlotte. So I'm saying they I know they caught the guy, but I'm not sure if they really identify him. I'm really curious to see who this guy really. Ooh, okay. Yeah, this dude screams. This dude screams either Antifa or yeah, I think he looks like an Antifa guy. His name is James Alex Fields Jr. and he's 20 years old. And he's from Ohio. Ohio. He's from Ohio, which is, kind of proof that they bust these people in from out of state. One person was killed, a 32-year-old woman, and 19 others were injured when he drove into the crowd at a high speed. And then he put his car in reverse and then sped back down the street to get away. So he crashed the car, and the police took him into custody. And the witness said there was no license plates on the vehicle, which is really curious. Very, very curious, because let's just say if this guy drove all the way from Ohio to Virginia and there was no license plate on it, then he would have gotten pulled over. Now, unless he drove from Ohio to Virginia and then took the license plate off, but I think, and he's reportedly registered as a Republican. Now, I have a hard time believing that. I really think these people are bust in from both sides, and not just from one side. I think it was Antifa was bust in. The Nazis, the neo-Nazis, were bust in, and they had these fake Klans people that's dressed up. Yeah, I'm having a difficult time believing this dude was not a plant. Having a hard time. Because you missed it, Amy, and I'll reiterate. But like I said, I mean these people are so desperate in trying to take back control of what Trump has. So they're doing anything. It doesn't matter what he's registered as. Yep, that's absolutely correct. I don't care what he's registered as. Yeah, I don't really care what he's registered as either. I mean, what he did was absolutely. I mean, whether he was a plant or not, it was just a horrible thing to do. Horrible thing to do. I mean, and Amy, before you came on, I was like, I don't see this. I don't see an actual civil war happening. I don't see us fighting each other with guns, and I don't see that happening. I don't see like it's going to be I don't see it's going to be like the exact first civil war that happened. I just don't see it because there's not a lot of people. It's just a small population of this nation. It's just a small group of people, and that's not enough to cause a civil war with each other. Now, like I said before, what's the mainstream media is doing? They're pouring gas on this small, the small flame and trying to make it bigger. And they're trying their damnedest. They're trying their damnedest to make it big, and most people are not falling for it. And you commented below, and you said they chose. You said they chose which side to go on, and I completely agree. They did chose it, and before you came on, I was like, you know what? We need to reach out to the people that hasn't chose a side yet. That's not fully brainwashed. That's not fully asleep. We need to reach out to the people that's like they're still on the cliff, but they're not over the cliff yet. They're not falling off the cliff yet. We need to reach the people that's looking over to them and saying, hey, do I really want to be that? I don't want to do that. I'm going to step away. I don't want to be associated with these people. We need to reach the people that doesn't want to be associated with the extremist lefties and terrorist supporting lefties, I guess. We need to reach those people. And and we're slowly reaching the people, but we've got, Facebook and YouTube and Twitter censoring this content, censoring us in every which way possible you can think of, and we need to hurry up and get alternatives out there. But yeah, this organized riot, and I call it an organized riot because I believe this thing is organized from the beginning, from beginning to end. And once you organized a riot, that would cause more people to join in. So you bust people in, you organize this thing from top to bottom, and then boom, completely out there. Yeah, so let me see here. Let me see if there's anything And so the question I asked at the top of the broadcast is, will there be another civil war? The answer may surprise you or shock you, and the answer is, I personally don't see it happening. Could there be another civil war? I mean, anything's possible. Anything can happen in this day and age. I mean, we're living in a wild set of times. What a time to be in. I mean, I've never seen anything this before. I've never seen the nothing so far new is going on. Okay, Amy. Like I said, I haven't. Look, I mean, this is a wild time to be in. I mean, I have not seen mainstream media, Hollywood elites, globalists, people actually coming forth and trying to underdetermine the Trump presidency and trying to do everything they possibly can to get this guy impeached or even worse. And I'll just leave it at that. I've never seen this before. And I mean, this right here proves that Trump is the real deal. I sure hope that we don't have a civil war. Me too. I mean, the only thing I can say is that we tried this the peaceful way, and whatever happens, happens. We tried the peaceful way, and whatever happens, happens. And I mean, we try this peaceful way, and I guess whatever happens, happens. And I hope there isn't a civil war. I personally don't see it. I mean, they're trying their hardest to do a civil war, but a big majority of Americans are, don't care about race relations. They want health care. They want jobs. They want prosperity. They want their freedom. They want everything that this country was built on. And they don't care about Russia. They don't care about people trying to resist the Trump presidency. They don't care about that. They want him to do what he said, and which was, and it wouldn't be illegitimate. Yeah, it wouldn't be illegitimate. Yeah. And they want him to do the stuff that he said that he promised. They want him to bring back jobs. They want him to secure the border. They want him to get America back on its feet so they can, relish back in, so they can go to their job and bring home, a decent sized paycheck, and hang out with the friends and family and talk about sports and stuff. They don't want to clamor around and talk about oh well, do you think Russia is involved? I mean, most of the people are laughing at this Russia narrative. They're like idiots. I mean, they're laughing, and then you got these Hollywood elites that nobody really gives a damn about. I mean, you see the box office of most of these Hollywood movies that's coming out now. I mean, the box office is tanking. All right. I mean, people don't really care about these Hollywood people anymore, and Hollywood people has ruined the movies, and which is why. Sports, I guess. Yeah, they want to talk about sports. They want to talk about the weather, the family, and how you've been, and all that non-stuff. Who talks about that? Most people talk about sports. I ain't gonna lie. I don't talk about sports personally. I don't watch sports. Um, but going back to the Hollywood movies, I mean, they're the Hollywood movies are in a crapper now because you have all these Hollywood people, saying, "Oh, I have more money than you guys. I know what's best for America, and you guys are, on the bottom of the totem pole. I make movies. I'm famous. You're not. So you have to listen to me." And they're like, "F you." All right, that's exactly what they're saying. They're saying, "Fuck you. We're not going to watch your movie anymore. We're not going to watch your TV show anymore. We want to cancel out, cancel the cable, cancel the satellite, and we're not going to support this Hollywood nonsense anymore. We're not going to support you guys anymore." That's why they're tanking in the box office. I mean, not only that, people don't watch movies mostly because of the Hollywood people up there and in their mansions and armed guards and everything. Oh, we need they're in their mansions with the wall surrounding it, and they come out and say, "We don't need a wall. We don't need a wall. We don't need protection on the border." And then you got the people out there with the armed bodyguards, and they're out there and then say, "Oh, we need to get rid of the guns. People, these the NRA are domestic terrorists, and we should be afraid of them. We need to strip away the guns and take them all away." Well, how about you take away your guns? Yeah, get rid of your armed guards. Get rid of your guards completely. Yeah, and then how about you tear down your wall? And then how about you? You want the refugees here so bad? Alright, why don't you open up your mansion to the refugees and say, "Hey, you know what? Come on in. Hashtag refugees welcome. Come on in. I have food and water, and I have like 20 some bedrooms, and I know it's a 2,000 square foot mansion. It's got a big pool in the backyard. We got a couple of bathrooms and stuff. Open up your mansions, people. You know what, George Clooney, open up your mansion." Oh, wait a minute, George. Yeah, I heard that George Clooney had to move out of where he was originally, staying because of the refugee crisis. I mean, J.K. Rowling, the chick that wrote Harry Potter, open up your mansion. I mean, you guys got private islands, you got private jets, you got 10 summer homes and 10 winter homes, and then you got one big house in L.A. I mean, open up your houses to them and see what happens. See how much you will, see if your hashtag refugees are still welcome in your neighborhood once you tear down the wall and welcome all in. Huh? Yeah, so, man, I am going off on a tangent tonight. Woo! Where's the Tylenol? Oh, man. Alright, let's see here. I'm trying to see, what else I have to, I think, and then don't get me started on the news organizations. That's they're in the crapper too. I mean, Megyn Kelly's ratings is in the crapper. I mean, and they're still throwing money at NBC is still throwing money at Megyn Kelly, and they canceled the show. I think her show's got canceled, but they're still throwing money. It's like taking money, putting it in a blender, drinking it. And then 5 minutes later you urinate it out. I mean, that's exactly what they're doing with Megyn Kelly. She's off on some kind of out there. She's irrelevant. And then you got CNN. They're irrelevant. You got MSNBC. They're irrelevant. I mean, people don't watch. They hardly get their shows watched. I mean, the ratings are slowly going down because of all this, bullshit, Russia and racism nonsense. Man, jeez, woo, man, this has been one long Periscope. Man, I'm on a tangent tonight. Jeez, this is great. Oh man, and what else? Oh, let me look up that helicopter crash real quick because I'd really like to get more information on that because I'm not really sure what really caused the helicopter crash. All right, Lexington Mayor announces expedited plans to remove Confederate statues. I'm gonna make a prediction because I am Shane Stradamus. Just because of that headline right there, I think that's gonna be the next place where the riots is gonna be. So I'm gonna actually post that. I think Lexington is going to be the next Charlottesville. Lexington mayor announces expedite plans to remove Confederate statues, and the reason why they want to remove the Confederate statues is to erase history. That's the only reason they want to erase history, and probably getting prepared for something major happening in the near future. I mean, that's the only reason why they're taking down the statues, which is absolutely ridiculous. And then I'm posting this right now. My thoughts. I'm actually posting this on Politically Alternative Media's Facebook page, and it's going to go straight to the Politically Alt Twitter page. My thoughts / prediction. This is going to be Lexington is going to be the next Charlotte. TION prediction. Lexington RNG. This would be this Lexington will be the next Charlotte. Yeah, will be the next Charlotte. Is that Charlottesville? Charlottetown. I think it's Charlottesville. I think the hashtag is hashtag Charlotte. Let me make sure. So I want to get the hashtag in there, and I want to get the hashtag in there. Charlottesville. Okay. So yeah, I'll do hashtag Charlottesville. Okay. Alright, let's see here. Alright, bear with me, people. Bear with me. Yeah, because I think this whole planned riot started because of the removal of Confederate statue. My thoughts / prediction. Lexington would be the next Charlotte. Okay, yeah, I just posted it, and it's going to go on Facebook and Twitter. Let's see. I think I've really went off on a tangent. I think I have no clue of how long I've been on here. Probably about an hour or so. Let me. Right. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's all I wanted to get off my chest, really. Amy, if you're still watching, you can scroll back and rewatch the whole thing. It will be archived. It will be posted on Facebook and Twitter. And I just want to end this and say that I absolutely disavow and condemn the hatred and all this other nonsense on both sides. I mean, President Trump said that. I mean, he said that he condemned both sides of this, and it is both sides. I mean, even though it was politically planned and strategically planned, and that's what I deep down believe. This whole thing was politically planned by it was funded by Soros, and this is and as bad as I hate to. I'm a realist. I'm a realist, and we're going to see more of these probably in the upcoming weeks leading up to probably around October or so. But Yeah, okay, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and end this. Follow me on Twitter at Skinner147. I am not a Russian bot, a Russian robot, or a fake Twitter account. This is not a fake Twitter account. I've been on Twitter since 2009, and I think my very first tweet was about John and Kate. Johnny Kate. Remember Johnny and Kate? Wow. Yeah. Yep, so that was my first Twitter. That was my first Twitter. My first tweet, I mean. But yeah, I've been on Twitter since 2009, since it first started. Back when Twitter was Twitter, not the Chinese censorship style Twitter. So yeah, follow me on Twitter at Skinner147. Follow Politically Alternative Media on Twitter at Politically Alt. Like and share the Facebook page. Make sure when you do like the Facebook page, click the down arrow and make sure you receive posts from all the posts that we post, so you won't try and miss anything from us. Same thing goes for Twitter. Click that notification button right there and hit all posts, and you get hopefully you get all posts from us. If it's anything like my Twitter, on my phone, I mean, I don't get most of the stuff that President Trump tweets, and I don't get most of the stuff that Mike Cernovich or Jack Posobiec and InfoWars tweets. So I'm going to have to go into these Twitter accounts and see if they posted anything in the last few days. Same thing goes for Politically Alt. Subscribe to follow that, and click that little button and get all posts. Go to Politically Alternatives YouTube page. And subscribe to that and click the little bell icon, and hopefully you get so that you can get content in your email, so that you get content and notifications of when we go live every Friday night on Not Mainstream. And Amy, who joined alongside me in the comments below, she's part of the panel, and she's pretty awesome. And I met her on a pro-Trump Facebook account, pro-Trump Facebook group. And she's now an editor and a writer of Politically Alternative Media. She helped me set up a WordPress for Politically Alternative Media, and she's been doing some great things on that WordPress, some epic things. So follow our WordPress. We got a WordPress, and it's politicallyalternativemedia.wordpress.com. Yes, and then and then once you going back to YouTube, like, share, subscribe, and add those videos that we've got into your favorites on YouTube. And you have to share, you have to like, you have to get the word out, you have to get the message out, because Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or all those social media sites are censoring us. They are censoring us to the bone. I mean, it's not hardcore censorship yet. It's slowly being that type of Chinese style censorship. Politically Alternative is also on the freedom of speech website, Minds. So follow us on Minds. I'm also on gab.ai at Skinner147. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think this has been one of the strongest periscopes I've done, and this marks the second periscope that I did. The first one was a few days ago. I think it was yesterday. I think I did one yesterday, and it was about me trying to buy CNN for $1. That offer still stands, by the way. I have not received any word from Time Warner or AT&T about my offer. I did let them know about my Periscope, so I'm sure they know about me. I'm sure they know that I would make CNN that I would turn CNN into one of the best news organizations out there. That's why they don't want me to buy it. That's exactly why they want me to buy it. But yeah, my offer still stands. For $1, I will take CNN off of Time Warner AT&T's hands for $1. If you let me buy CNN, and my voice is getting strained because I've been talking way too much. And I kind of like my voice when it's hoarse, because I think it's pretty awesome. Because I don't like my normal voice, even though I got this little tooth that kind of sticks out, and it gives me a little lisp, and I hiss a lot with my S. And once my voice gets a little hoarse. I think it's pretty badass. Yeah, it's pretty badass. Pretty badass. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and end this. What I'll do is I'll post all of my social media links to all of my social media accounts in the description of Periscope. And yeah, so I think that's going to do it from my very second Periscope. This is Periscope number 2. I've actually done Facebook Lives before, and I really enjoy them. And yeah, I think I'll do more of these Periscopes because it's just like Facebook Live. But I haven't. But unlike Facebook Live, I haven't had any issues with it, like disconnecting me or dropping me out for something for some odd reason. As of right now, I have not seen any issue with Periscope yet, but I'll definitely let you guys know if I see an issue with Periscope. But yeah, I'll do more of these Periscopes, and I probably won't do Facebook Lives that often. I'll do more of it on the Periscope side, and every time I go live on Periscope, I'll just post it to my Facebook or post it to the Politically Alternative Media link as well, and do that and just bypass the Facebook Live, because there's like so many bugs with Facebook Live. I don't know if it's my end or if it's Facebook Live censoring me. It's probably a combination of both. So yeah, I'll do that. I'll do more Periscopes than I would Facebook Live. Actually, I might take all the Facebook Lives that I've done, download them, and then try and upload them to Periscope and see if I can upload anything to Periscope. Yeah, so on that note, I'm going to go ahead and end this. I think I've done a tremendous Periscope number 2, Periscope 2. So yeah, all the information, I'll post that. So on that note, tune in next Friday, when is the 18th? August 18th. That's what the Friday's on, because Saturday, August 19th, is the hashtag March for Google. Not only hashtag March for Google, but it's my birthday, my 24th birthday, and it's going to be, I think my birthday is going to be pretty awesome this year, because you got people marching, protesting Google on my birthday, which is I think it's pretty badass. But yeah, tune in next Friday night, August 18th, for another Not Mainstream. We will discuss the events that happened today. I'll actually upload this video to YouTube as well. I'll upload this video if I can download. I don't know if I can download these videos. I'll see if I can download this video and upload it to YouTube as well. And try harder to do both at the same time. Do every Periscope that I do, and I'll upload it to YouTube, except for the one for CNN, buying CNN for $1. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, tune in next Friday night for Not Mainstream for August 18th, 2017. We're going to discuss what happened today. We're definitely going to have to have an in-depth discussion on that, and anything that else happens in between now and Friday before we go live on the air. So yeah, I hope everyone has a good night. I always end this, and I'm gonna always end this as God bless America, and God bless President Donald Trump, and everyone that watches this. If you're a pro-Trumper, a Trump supporter, pray for our president, pray for our vice president, and pray for anybody that's trying to fight these people, these evil people, and pray for us, because anything can happen. Anything can happen, for better or for worse. But yeah, pray for Trump. Pray for Trump and his family. Pray for Mike Pence, and pray for Mike Pence's family as well. And pray for anybody in their family that's trying to help defeat the globalists and George Soros, and pray and pray for America. Pray for America. Because God knows we need all the help that we can get. Pray for America, because you know, this right here, this event right here should have never happened in the first place. It should have been, it could have been prevented. But pray for America and pray for the people of America. And, you know, have, you know, that's it. That's all I have to say is pray for Trump, pray for Mike Pence, pray for their families, pray for everybody in America, and pray for every American family here. And good night, everybody. And I want to reiterate, God bless America, and God bless President Trump.